Back in mid-February, when people were allowed to gather together for a big event, when you could hold a sausage sizzle, a cabaret, and even a public car show, Surfcoast Corvettes, the club I'm associated with, held their annual weekend event, Cruizin the Surfcoast. This was a get-together with all the other Victorian Corvette clubs invited, and it centred around a cruise down the Great Ocean Road. It was also about attending the Torquay Rotary Club's annual motor show on the foreshore at the popular surf coast town of Torquay. Stay tuned to take a look at the highlights of the weekend and to remember back to what life used to be like before the pandemic. The meeting place on Saturday morning was the Federal Mills Park in North Geelong. Corvettes rolled in from all over Victoria to start the weekend with the cruise down the Great Ocean Road. Federal Mills Park is blessed with a large car park, so there's plenty of room for the Corvettes. There's a couple of shops available for coffees and even breakfast. As usual, there was an outstanding group of Corvettes appearing in the car park. Every year that goes by, it seems the quality of cars that turn up for car shows and cruises improves. The benchmark gets set higher and higher as owners try to outdo each other. Before the cruise was due to begin, everyone made their way to the Federal Cafe for the official welcome and some instructions for the cruise.
Basically for me, I just want to welcome you all. Thank you for coming, and I hope you have a great weekend.
A big group of cars fired up their Chevy V8s and the cruise began. It's no mean feat to start off a group of about 30 cars and get them on the road together. This time it worked beautifully as we all moved as one to the end of the street just as the lights turned red. We had two lines of cars ready to move on the green, and we succeeded in getting everyone through on the first green light. Well done, guys. It was now a matter of getting across Geelong to the bypass road and to make our way down to the Great Ocean Road. We reached the Great Ocean Road without incident, cruising along the coast with the ocean beside us. We then passed under the sign that confirmed we were indeed on the Great Ocean Road. This road is one of Australia's most popular tourist attractions and would almost certainly rate as the best cruise road in the country. The full Great Ocean Road covers some 300 kilometres along Australia's southeast coast. We covered the first section, which ends at the very popular holiday resort town of Lorne. The last section of road before Lorne is generally accepted as the best bit of driver's road, and this is where we cruised with our group of Corvettes. It's a great cruise, but all the better with a group of good guys, all driving their favourite muscle-bound sports car. I was stuck behind a pesky Mustang, but it's okay, we accept it as one of ours. Jade has a Corvette, but it's going through a rebuild at the moment. It was a rather misty day, but the weather was warm and there was no rain, so most of the roadsters had their tops down. My thoughts on convertibles is that the top is there only for when it's raining. Shame on anyone who had their top up for the cruise. Eventually we start to see the holiday houses appearing and we make our way into the Lorne Township. There's always a lot of people who stop to look and listen to a big group of colourful Corvettes passing by. Kids in particular love us. We turn left and head beachside to our designated gathering spot. I do love those yellow Vettes, but they look best when split up evenly between the group, along with the red cars. As you may have noticed, this group of 3 yellow cars seems to always stick together. Come on guys, get with the program. One of the best parts of a Corvette gathering is to look at and to talk about each other's cars. So here's all the cars again. We've found that 2 lines of cars facing each other is a good way to go, and it's fast becoming the norm. I think we do need a colour coordinator to split up those red and yellow cars strategically. In Australia we have a very popular and very big hardware shop chain named Bunnings. They have a tradition of the sausage sizzle, where charitable institutions set up a stall outside the main door, selling grilled sausages on slices of bread, usually with some grilled onions and ketchup and/or mustard. We decided to replicate this tradition for our cruisers who didn't want to walk up the main street for healthier or more gourmet selections, but it seemed everyone wanted the sausage sizzle. Members of the Victorian clubs are becoming good friends through events like this one, where we all get together like one big club. We're geographically too far apart to be one club, but we can all join up for events like Cruizin the Surfcoast and Central Vic Vettes event, the Stingray Run. It's good stuff. I need to thank Andy from Vic Vettes for the drone footage you see here. It's really a great view of the cars. Then it was on to the evening's festivities of dinner, music and the charity auction. Let's just listen in.
Welcome you all here on behalf of our club, Surfcoast Corvettes. It's been a good turnout again. The cruise today was a huge success. I'd like to personally thank the people that came from different clubs, Corvettes of Melbourne, Vic Vettes, and their support for our event is greatly appreciated. Yes, Central Vic.
I'd just like to say on behalf of the guys here from Central Vic Corvettes and Corvettes of Melbourne, Vic Vettes, congratulations on your 2nd annual Surfcoast cruise. We ticked a lot of boxes today. Well, I did. It's the first time I've done the Grand National Road in my old Corvette. Been wanting to do it for 10 years. I finally got there, and it felt good. It felt real good. Yeah.
All right, so without further ado, Colin, we're going to try and raise some money for a good cause. So everybody, let's see those big fat wallets on the table. And let's start with 55, Russell. 60, Sanga.
Come on, Rusty.
80 twice. Sol.
The captain's hat.
Air Vents on 12. Going once. Going twice. Sol. Right. 25. Car. Going once, twice. Sol. Oh, we found another sticker. Oh, I just keep coming out of woodwork. Why don't I bid for this sticker? Going, gone. $10. You go to start them up and they're so you need a trickle charger. Everybody needs one of those. Events on 75, going once, Going twice. $80. Dewey. 85. Russell. Going once. Going twice. Sold. This is it. 220 Stingray Corvette. C8. That has come direct from Corvette's Cabaret. So, what am I bid? $20. $50. $100. $200. $300. $300's the bid.
Well, you got it, mate.
300's the bid. 50. We did this last year. The bid.
375.
400.
Now I know this came all the way from Carlisle.
I just said that. 400. Going once. 450. Going once. 450. Going once. Going twice. Sold.
Sunday brought the Torquay Motor Show. This show is held on the first Sunday in February and attracts some 450 display vehicles. In fact, this year the organisers had to shut the gates as the display area was completely full. As well as the show cars, the event attracts more than 6,000 spectators through the gates. We got there early in convoy to grab our favourite location. It's already set aside for us, but we need to get there early just to make sure. So here we are again, all lined up. Looks like someone split up the yellow cars this time. But as always, it's really about the group being together, discussing each other's Corvettes, the latest on the C8, and plenty more. There's also plenty of questions from the spectators to answer, kids wanting to have photos taken in the cars, and maybe even a new member or two. Now, I've said it before, but there really was an excellent collection of well-presented, top-of-the-line Corvettes in our display. Apart from the Corvettes, there are plenty of other cars of all different types and ages. In fact, nearly 450 of them this year that weren't Corvettes. Finally, the Torquay Motor Show awards a prize for the best Corvette at the show.
Best Corvette, 2012 Corvette, C6 Grand Sport, Tony Esquin. Yep, beautiful car. Best UK, other than...
Well, that was Cruizin the Surfcoast for 2020. But when will the next one be? 2021? Maybe, but I'm not too confident right now. In fact, I'm not sure when any Corvette event will take place next. The 2020 Corvette Nationals were cancelled, and the next Stingray run, due later in the year, must unfortunately be very unlikely to happen. And even the next Nationals in Canberra in a year's time. That's probably under a cloud too. But who knows? There are many smart people working on this problem all around the world. For now, if you like Cruizin the Surfcoast, give it a thumbs up. And maybe you'll join us next time, whenever that may be. And if you aren't already subscribed, hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Everyone, please look after yourselves. I hope to talk to you again real soon.